This interview is being visually recorded. I am PC 5416 How. The time is 1950 hours and the date is the 1st of March 2017. The interview is being conducted at Cardiff Bay Police Station and I am interviewing. Please could you state your full name and date of birth for the tape?
Maurice, Kirk, date of birth 12345.
Okay, can I just confirm by that you mean
12th of March 1945.
Okay, thank you very much. Also present is
Catherine Phipps from Havel, appropriate adult.
And DC 4033 Tristan Evans.
Mr. Kirk, you confirm all those present have identified themselves verbally?
I understand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. At the beginning of the interview, I passed you this document here pointing to is the F325. It's a description of what happens to the discs that are in the machine for your information.
But that isn't what actually happens. But
Okay.
never mind, let's move on.
You got the sheet? Okay. I have to caution you because I'm going to interview you, okay? So you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention one question, something you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. I've never met you before. This is the first time you're being interviewed in relation to what I'm going to speak to you about. So I've got to run through a comprehension that you understand the caution.
I understand. Yeah.
Okay. So you don't have to answer my questions. However, should this matter end up in court and you say something in court that you could have reasonably told me during this interview, they're likely to disbelieve what you've said. And the tapes of the interview can be played in court, so that's how they're going to know what we say to each other. So a couple of quick questions. Do you have to answer my questions if you wish? So it's a question for you. If I ask you a question, do you have to answer it?
No.
No, that's correct. If the matter goes to court and you say something there that you haven't told me here, what inference do you think the court may?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. And how will the court know what we've said to each other today?
Well, with the tape?
With the tapes, absolutely.
Yes, but last time on this same issue, I was refused a copy of the tape.
Okay, well, so you've got the sheet there which explains how you can get hold of
piece
one.
of paper.
And this process as you can
if what
go
goes
through.
on in a meeting like this is too sensitive, I have found, especially...
I can't comment.
Anyway.
I can't comment, Mr. Kirk, on
Move
what's
on.
happened before today.
Move on before
Okay.
my coffee gets cold.
Okay, you're entitled to free and independent legal advice now or any time during the interview. You had a solicitor with you earlier on that you spoke to,
No.
but you've decided
No,
not to
I
use
had a
their...
complete stranger
Okay.
who would not give me a copy of any notes he took.
Okay, Mr. Kirk, the person who was sat with you was a solicitor. You've spoken to him, is that correct?
I'll take your word for it.
Okay, he is a solicitor.
Yeah, I'll
He's
take your
well-
word for it.
Okay. You've spoken to him, but you've decided not to go with him and to be unrepresented during this interview. Can you confirm that?
Can I take notes? Can I have a piece of paper and a pen to take notes?
This is something we can provide.
Well, we don't need to because it's all on the DVD.
No, I'm not
It's not
interested in
something
what you need. I've just had somebody purported to be a solicitor,
Okay.
a complete stranger,
He is a solicitor.
and
Mr.
I
Kirk.
said, good, you can take notes because I'm old and tired and I'm deaf and stupid. Can you take the notes so that I can read what's been going on, because tomorrow morning...
Okay.
And he refused.
Right.
So now I'm going to ask for a pen and paper.
Okay, and now the answer to that request is we cannot provide those for you. However, a copy of that disc can be made available to you at a later date should you be charged.
Yes, but I've had previous interviews in this station
I
where they've
appreciate that.
refused to give me the disc.
I appreciate that.
Can
but
I have something in writing that I will have it within 24 hours? I should
No.
be able to walk out of here with a disc.
No, that's not the case. All the information you need in relation to what happens to the discs and how to get hold of them is on that piece of paper there that I handed you at the start of the interview.
But
Okay.
it is not effective.
That's something you can take up after the interview. But that's,
I've done this
that's
on the last
information
one.
that we're legally
And the
obliged
one
to give
before
you.
that.
Okay.
All to do with restraining orders.
If at any point during the interview you wish to speak to a solicitor, we can pause the interview and we can arrange that for you, okay? Do you understand?
Thank you. Yes.
Okay. Catherine, sorry. You're not here simply to act as observer. Your role is to advise Mr. Kirk and to observe that the interview is being conducted properly and fairly to facilitate any communication. Okay, Mr. Kirk, you're here today.
Excuse me. I haven't asked for her identification.
No.
But is a lady, somebody in her capacity with every prisoner who's interviewed?
No.
So why have I been picked out at my age and experience to have a lovely lady on my left here.
Okay, it's got nothing to do with your age and experience.
What's it to do with then?
It will be to do with markers on our systems and the fact that when you've been interviewed at whichever police station it was before, you had an appropriate adult present at those interviews.
What, my choice?
I'm not aware.
I never get a choice.
Okay.
Last time it was I had a machine gun apparently.
Okay. We're not here to speak about that issue.
Well, it's extremely relevant because this lady...
The machine gun issue is not going to form part of this interview, Mr. Kirk.
Am I
It's got nothing to do
registered
with it.
as a mapper level 3, category 3 at the moment?
I'm unaware.
You are unaware.
And that's good. And again, it doesn't form part of the offence that I'm interviewing you in relation to. So it's not relevant to the question.
What
I'm
is
gonna be
relevant
asking.
is that this lady has been told to be here, and I'm entitled to know. If you don't know, we will move on.
The reason I've been asked to come here is because when you were first brought into custody, they ask you a few questions, like any medication and things like that.
Yes, I've been denied my medication ever since I've been here.
Right, okay.
And it was on my person.
Yeah, they
Carry
probably
on.
have to check it first.
Carry
But
on.
it says, are you suffering from any mental health problems or depression? And you answered yes. And the details were niche paranoid personality disorder, and you've had brain cancer. And you state you're a resident at Caswell Clinic. Does that ring a bell?
I said all this tonight, did I?
That'll be previous.
This would be... That's previous, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be why then.
Yeah, I
They
said
take-
none of that today.
Oh, we'll have the dates on
So
there.
therefore, I'm being interviewed under the understanding that I have irreversible brain damage, written by Dr Tegwyn Williams.
That's not the case at all.
Does it say who my psychiatrist is?
No.
Well, it should do, because I made them write
No,
it
this
down.
is just what's happened when you've come into custody.
No, when I came in today, I asked the nurse, when she asked, do I have any psychiatric problems? And I said, yes, that's what I'm here for. And she asked who, and she said, who is your psychiatrist? And I said, the best name to put on her piece of paper, which she was refusing to give me a copy of for a jury, and that is the name Dr Tegwyn Williams.
Okay. If there are any issues with the information
Thank
contained
you.
on the custody record,
Yeah, we can come back to
we
your
can come back
side
to
now.
it. We can come back to it after.
But
the
I just
interview,
need
okay?
to establish why the lady is here.
The nurse has
Okay.
probably recommended me then if you told her that you had some mental health issues.
Okay.
Here we are.
So if
Okay.
I asked you to leave now, would you leave?
If you don't want me here, I don't have to be here.
What would you say about that?
I'd say that choice is yours.
Oh, the choice is mine.
It's your choice, but it's recommended I'm here because I'm here to protect you. I'm not on their side and I'm not a solicitor.
You sit tight.
I'm your wingman.
You're my wingman.
Co-pilot.
Carry on.
Okay. The reason that you're here today is because you've been arrested on suspicion of breach of a restraining order. Okay. During the interview, I will speak to you about the alleged offence, and anything else we feel becomes relevant during the interview. I'll also be referring to several exhibits, exhibits SC01 through SC06 and exhibit
Okay.
JCH01. If you nod or shake your head at any point in the interview, I'll mention it for the benefit of the tape,
Yes.
even though the interview is being visually recorded. And the interview is about finding out the truth. It's to give you your opportunity to give your side of the story. Okay? So first of all, I will explain to you the reason that you are here, what the allegations are, and then you can put your side across.
So,
Do you understand?
so you're on the argument that this is to establish the truth.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm an independent investigator. We've received an allegation of a complaint of a
Right.
crime, and I'm here to investigate, and this is part of the
Okay.
investigation to give
Thank
you
you.
the opportunity to have your say. Okay? All right. As I stated a second ago, you've been arrested on suspicion of breach of a restraining order. Okay. The information I've got in relation to that is initially a restraining order was issued in 2011.
Oh, was it?
On the 1st of the 12th, 2011, by Cardiff Magistrates Court.
I can't dispute that.
Okay, no, I'm not. It's
I
not-
wasn't there.
Okay, it's not a question.
Oh, I see.
I'm stating a fact. Okay.
But do you know it's true?
Yes,
How do you know?
it's a matter of public record. And I have the official document here in front of me.
Yes, but I don't have the records that go with it. They
The-
won't hand them over.
The restraining order was amended on the 12th of April 2013. That's the copy I have in front of me today, the amended order. We don't have the 2011 copy because it's no longer in power because it was replaced by the amended order. Okay? The restraining order states, application to vary a restraining order made on the 1st of the 12th 2011 by Cardiff Magistrates Court for Maurice Kirk by amending the wording of the preamble to order on the grounds that this is requested by the Crown Prosecution Service in accordance with Section 5.4 Protection from Harassment Act 1997. The court has changed your order. You must not. And there are a list now of 6 conditions in relation
Right.
to this order. Okay. The first is not to contact, approach or communicate with Dr Tegwyn Williams directly or indirectly by any means whatsoever. Number 2, display or disseminate any material, photographic or otherwise, relating to Tegwyn Williams. Become a party to the display or dissemination of any material, photographic or otherwise, in relation to Dr Tegwyn Williams. Place any information on the internet concerning Dr Tegwyn Williams. Number 5, become a party to any material being placed on the internet relating to Dr Tegwyn Williams. And number 6, attend within the curtilage of the casual clinic or its grounds. And the order lasts until further order. We've checked the Police National Computer. And
That's reliable, is it?
yes, it is. And this order is still in effect. It hasn't been withdrawn by the courts or amended since this copy I have in front of me here. Okay, so this order is still in effect. And it states at the bottom, failure to obey part of this order is a criminal offence.
Yes, I
Yes,
understand.
do you understand? Would you like to see that?
Well, I've been asking for this for
There
some
we are.
time. But can I have a copy of it? Can I keep a copy of it?
Can't keep
Before
that
I
copy because that's my copy. I need that one for the file.
Okay.
Okay.
We can get a copy for you though, Mr. After interview.
Hey, do you just want a second to...
No, no,
To scan
you
over
carry
it?
on
No?
talking. It's all right.
Okay. Back in September of 2016...
Yes?
Yeah. Do you want to have a quick...
No, it's all right.
Sure.
I've got the gist of that.
South Wales Police received a complaint from Dr Tegwyn Williams.
Any chance of seeing a copy of the complaint?
We can't show you his personal
Well,
statement.
how am I prepared to have faith in what you're saying if I don't get shown a given copy of?
Because, as I said before, I'm an independent investigator. And
Are you a police officer?
Yes, I am.
So how can you be independent?
Because the complaint has come from a member of the public against a member of the
Yes,
public.
but
I'm
yes.
the person investigating if there's any
Yes, but
truth in that allegation.
But your police force is pursued this nonsense and got me registered as a mapper victim
Mr. Kirk, can I just say...
because of civil damages against the police.
We're not here today, and it's not my intention, to get drawn on into a conversation about
No.
things that have happened
But,
that
but
don't
you,
relate
but you said you were
directly-
independent, that's all. Carry on.
Absolutely.
Sorry, it's just...
directly to the allegation being made today. Okay?
Yep.
Anything that's come before is
Okay.
of concern to me. Okay? As I say, in September we received a complaint from Dr Tegwyn Williams that he had become aware that there were posts on the internet, and he has alleged that you have, or you are party to, these posts being placed on the internet that make reference to him, which is in direct violation of terms 4 and 5 of the restraining order in front of you. Would you like to read over terms 4 and 5 again before we carry on? Okay. It's basically, terms 4 and 5 relates directly to placing of the internet on the internet material relating
I
to
need
him.
to see the material to answer
Okay,
you.
that's what we're going into now.
Yep.
Okay. After the allegation, a statement of complaint was taken from Dr. Williams. Okay, saying that
So this was
It is
September.
become aware.
What are we? 6 months? Over 6 months ago?
yeah, it's about
Why?
it's about
I was 2 hours in your station yesterday, wishing to make a complaint about this. I stood here for 2 hours.
okay.
So
We
why
only-
didn't you talk to me
yesterday?
yesterday?
Because I'm the officer in charge of this case. I only became aware after you attended the station yesterday
No,
that
no,
you,
but
that
I've
you
been
were
to the
back in the
police
United.
station 8 or 9 times.
Okay, I was only made aware yesterday
Okay.
afternoon, after you'd been to the station, that you were back in the
Why don't
country.
you ring me? You got my name, phone number, and everything.
I didn't know you were back in the country. The last information, up-to-date information I had was that you weren't in the United Kingdom.
But I was
So
in the
that's why
country last September.
That's why it's taken so long. The statement wasn't taken immediately. from Dr. Williams because we weren't able to contact him straight away. After he made his complaint, a police officer, a colleague of mine, PC Caruana, has gone onto the internet,
Yes.
which he is suitably trained to do, and from the internet has taken screenshots,
Yeah.
or what we call screen grabs,
Yes, I think I know what you mean.
of information relating to Dr. Tegwyn Williams on certain sites that are linked to yourself.
I do have several sites.
I appreciate that, and
which
I'll go through this, which
may
sites
become
they
relevant.
are. Now, okay, Exhibit SC01 is this here. It's a poster which was placed on. This was taken from your Facebook page.
That's something nothing to do with me.
It's this part here.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my daughter in my aeroplane. That's all.
Right, okay. Can you confirm this is from your Facebook page?
I can't, but I'm fully aware of this document because by the time I got to Crown Court, the prosecutor who I arrested, David Gareth Evans, I arrested him because he was trying to put this document before the court, and I remember the magistrate saying no. So I arranged for it to go into the Crown Court appeal on the same day. Why aren't you all wearing daffodils? It was the 1st of March 2012 that this was introduced as a court exhibit.
Okay.
And I am a party to that document.
Okay.
Whether I put it up there, for the case of argument, I expect I published it.
Okay.
You'll find me something there that I can definitely say, yes, I did. Okay? My Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The date on this one is the 5th of November 2016.
Oh, right.
Okay. Did you place that onto your Facebook page?
If it came from my Facebook page, I will accept that I put it there. But I don't have a Facebook at the moment, so I can't. And it's so long ago.
Does anybody else have access to your Facebook?
Yes, so somebody else might have put it there, and I can't. At the moment, if you give me enough examples, I'm going to recognise something I specifically put up.
Okay, I've got a few.
I can't say for that one.
Okay, I've got a few more.
Yeah, exactly. I think you'll get one. We'll get one out of one of them.
In relation to your Facebook account, though, has anybody else got access to that account? Your password.
Yes.
Do they place material on there on your behalf?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me who those people are?
Well, I'd need notice for a question like that. I've got to get certain people's permission for me to discuss it with you.
Okay.
Okay. Well, come on. Is that being unreasonable? There are a lot of people.
I'm not saying it's
No,
unreasonable.
there are a lot of human rights workers and all around the world who are gunning for what's happened to me about this issue.
Okay.
About the way they fabricated a harassment conviction.
Okay.
I was then sectioned under the Mental Health Act, the Section 35 of the 1983 Mental Health Act, by this man without him even examining me.
Okay.
And I got jailed for 3 months without him needing to examine me.
Okay.
So there's a lot of history here, but let's stick to what your job is and try and keep it simple.
So in relation to this particular post on the 5th of November, this poster...
I can't give you an answer accurately.
Okay. Except that you might have put it there,
yes.
But there are other people who have access,
yes.
But you can't tell me who they are right now.
Yes, no.
Okay, no problem. Just quickly going back to this restraining order, we'll take one step back quickly. Are you aware this is in existence?
No.
You're not aware? Would it be fair to say that you've been petitioning the courts to have this restraining order rescinded?
I have tried to clarify the situation, and I said to myself, the only way to clarify this is to get somebody in court, a lawyer, or me.
Okay.
I was out in Africa when I decided this, and I didn't intend to come back.
Okay.
But I have a very important court case tomorrow in the civil damages claim against the South Wales Police,
Okay.
which I cannot trust anybody with. I have to be here to do it.
Okay. What were you trying to clarify, can I ask?
Well, you see, a judge quashed that document Shall we go to the date, shall we? Is it dated?
Yeah, in the blue.
My eyesight's so bad now. 12th or 13th of...
12th of April 2013.
Yeah. Since then, the judge has made it quite clear that that has been quashed.
Okay.
Now, I'm worried
Right.
that you don't know that.
Right now, according to the Police National Computer and the courts,
Yeah,
because we have checked
well,
with the court
we-
system
we-
themselves,
we-
this is still in effect.
I have a 25-year running civil damages claim against the South Wales Police, which is the reason for my internet and Facebooks and so on.
Okay.
And it was found out that neither the police in Barry, by the way, nor the National Computer was trustworthy, because they were for 4 times I was arrested for having no driving license, and 4 times I had a driving license, simply because the police records and the National Computer (PNC) were incorrect. So please,
can I just say,
enough of that.
Further
Carry
than
on.
the PNC
Yeah,
check,
yeah.
I contacted the courts myself and asked them if this order was still in effect.
When?
It's in November.
Oh no,
and they
but,
stated it was still in effect.
so you haven't done it like yesterday.
Well, these cases that the examples I'm going to show to you are before
because I've been
I
into
checked
the
with the courts.
Cardiff magistrates to try and get the records for this interview.
Can I?
Please, did you catch that? I have been inside demanding a copy of the court records of the original restraining order, only to find that they have been altered.
Right. Okay. Well, I can't comment on that.
No, I'm not asking you to.
And the courts.
But
this restraining order here, then, when I asked you, were you aware a minute ago, aware of its existence, and you said no, that you were not aware of its existence.
Today, that was quashed on the 30th of April. I think it's 2014. It might be 13, but I think it was a year after that.
No, this is still in effect.
Well,
according to the courts themselves, this is still in effect.
Well, I had somebody in court, and therefore I bought a transcript, and it was plainly obvious by what was said that it was no longer in existence. I'm sorry about that, but...
nothing to apologise for, Mr. Kirk?
Well, I don't accept what you say, because I prefer to believe the judge.
Okay, that's fine. That's something you can ask the courts then.
No, I have the transcript, but I haven't got it here.
Okay, but
you could get hold of that transcript.
Like I said, the reason that you're here today is because I've checked with the courts, and according to the courts, this is still in effect.
And you went to which court? The Magistrates or the Crown?
I spoke to Cardiff Magistrates Court.
Do you know the name of the person? Because I have been in there twice this week.
No, I don't know.
Trying to get this information before I was arrested.
Okay. I don't know the name of the person, Fred. I can't.
No.
So in relation to this, when you said you weren't sure it exists, but you
no, I meant today.
Today.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you aware of its previous existence?
Yes.
You are.
But I'm not sure of its content, because I'm not sure if I ever got one. But I knew there was the outstanding one. The original one was still standing. I didn't realise it had been varied.
Okay.
Mr. Kirk, when this was dated the 12th of April 2013, were you in court when this restraining order was served?
I expect so.
Is that yes or no?
More likely yes than no. On the main one, the one from which this stems, I was in the cells beneath and knew nothing about it. Okay. And no one told me either.
Okay.
So you were in court on this date, but you were in the cells?
No. This date, I most likely was there.
Okay.
But the first one upon which this relies, the 1st of December, I've been to the magistrate today, and they give me a letter in detail that it is clear that the records are not in existence, that they had to come down to the cells, and somebody says they gave it to me, but then when cross-examined at the first jury trial on the 4th of May 2012, the jury asked, can we see the records, that Mr. Kirk was even given one. And the judge said, his name was His Honour Judge Curran, not available. Now that's very worrying, because this was less than 6 months after the alleged of being served it. And since then, somebody has altered the records, because I got the Criminal Cases Review Commission to obtain the records that you must get before they got altered. Because now the records that the lawyer for me last week tried to get, he had written instructions for me, you will go to court, you will apply for the records that will confirm a restraining order was created and was served on me.
Okay.
And he failed.
Okay.
And even the district judge couldn't get hold of them.
Is this the 2011 case you're referring
Yes.
to now?
Yes.
Okay.
Upon which that relies.
Okay. Well, this is an amendment, but
Yes, I know that.
it takes over from...
No, it doesn't.
It does.
Not in law, it doesn't.
Right. These are the terms of a restraining order issued by the
Yes.
court. Okay.
Yes.
Of which you should be aware.
Yes, I know. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why the judge, when he found out the history of the first one during a jury trial,
Okay.
he quashed it.
Right. When do you think that the restraining order was quashed?
Well, I gave you a date,
13th of April.
but I might be a year
2014.
out. It was either 30th of April 13 or the 30th of April 14. I think it was 14 because I can give you the name of the judge. And I think that judge was in 2014.
Okay.
His name was Rowlands.
What court was that, Mr. Kirk?
Cardiff Crown.
Cardiff. Did you have a solicitor to represent you?
No, I wasn't allowed in court. 7 times the Cardiff courts have prevented the police, or whoever, the Cardiff cabal, call it who you like. 7 times I've been denied access to my own court when unrepresented. That was one of the occasions.
So who told you it was quashed?
Because I sent somebody there in advance who generally tape recorded everything.
And who was that person?
Well, again, give me a little time. I'm not dragging people who've gone over backwards to help me.
If you're saying you believe this restraining order was quashed,
Because that's what he told me.
and you didn't go to court, but someone went into court on
Yes.
your behalf,
Yes.
it's important for us to know.
No, there's a transcript. I immediately bought the transcript.
Right. Who went into court?
No, I'm
for
not
you?
telling you. Not without his permission.
Okay, that's fine. If you
No, you don't
Okay.
need him. Well, you do,
He's a
because I
witness.
only have part of the transcript, but there's sufficient on the transcript that I could obtain, because quite often the sensitive stuff is denied me.
right.
In the machine gun case is a classic. And when this Dr Tegwyn Williams applied for me to be incarcerated for life in Ashworth High Security Psychiatric Prison on the 2nd of December 2000,